We're going to bring in SABC News international editor Sophie Mokoena in just about a moment. This is, of course, the moment that everyone has been waiting for. We're hoping that those cameras are going to be able to zoom in just a little bit at the moment. The Red Cross has arrived there at, of course, in Gaza. The expectation, of course, is that they are going to give treatment to these four that have been released. SABC News international editor Sophie Mokoena.
Arrived in those cars. One of the cars is carrying the hostages. You can see they don't have a Red Cross flag. So now it's them having to get out of these cars, moving to the cars that we saw earlier on, the 4 cars of the Red Cross with the flags. But these cars, you can see, they don't have the flags. And you can see that movements, that they are in those cars now. Now, it's a process of now taking them into the Red Cross cars. And it looks like they are on time. Deadline has been met. As they pointed out, it will be around 11, top of the hour. And it means now you can see that movement of the people who are going to, you see there, you have these Red Cross this side, you have Hamas that side, or the people representing Hamas handing over the hostages. And you can see that's it. And this time around, as I indicated, it looks like the deadline is met. It's a process that's underway. It's happening. Right. But whether we'll get a glimpse of them, because people are likely going to, push when they come out, because they have to get into...
Well, hopefully, because we see the positioning of those cameras quite high up in the sky, perhaps we'll be able to see that. Let's just recap, of course, those 4 female hostages that Hamas plans to free, has freed today. Those, of course, live pictures that we are seeing. That, of course, being Karina Ariev, Daniela Gilboa, Naama Levy, as well as Liri Albag. Those are the names of those hostages, the female hostages that are being released at this hour. We'll continue to have our discussion with SABC News international editor Sophie Mokoena on this particular issue. And certainly momentous, given that we had this ceasefire that, had started just last weekend. And what we've seen thus far is the sustenance of this agreement. And there looks to be some movement there.
They are going to negotiate with Red Cross in terms of handing over. You can see Red Cross representatives walking forward, and they're gonna speak to the people who are going to do this handover. You can see you can see now that it's getting there. So I don't know whether there's going to be
an address
comments this time around, because last week there was no comment. But it looks like there's going to be address, but I don't know whether we'll have the translation.
In fact, let's just dip into that. Perhaps we might be lucky. I see there seems to be some sort of paperwork that is also being filled in there. Let's just take you live there and see if at all we'll be able to hear. All right, it certainly seems like there's some signing which is taking place. I would presume that this is an indication that we're signing over these people to you. So the Red Cross, of course, which you correctly
saying we've
received them, absolutely. So this is all the paperwork that is being filled in at this particular stage, as those hostages will be handed over.
And I think this time around that they are improving the process, in a sense that now you see this process being made public. Last week, they were brought there quickly in the cars, pushed in the cars, and they left. But here, you can see that it's happening.